Hello, my name is Father Edward Looney, and I am a priest of the Diocese of Green Bay, Wisconsin, a Marian theologian, and also the current president of the Mariological Society of America. And a lot of people ask me about the apparition of Our Lady in Wisconsin, specifically the Champion Wisconsin apparition, which up until a few days ago was commemorated at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help. And a lot of people ask my opinion on the matter. What do you make of the name change? Do you like it or not? And I just thought I would share with you my thoughts, my insights into it. So I have a few different opinions about it. I like the name change. I'm in favor of it. In fact, I know that when the bishop did his press release and did his press conference, that he also announced that there was going to be a mass that would be celebrated in honor of Our Lady of Champion on October 9th. I did have the chance to preview those mass prayers and texts, and in fact, I wrote a letter that accompanied it when it was sent off to Rome. So I was aware of this for a while, and I advocated for the October 9th feast day. There was talk it could be maybe October 8th for the Miracle of the Fire. And now let's talk a little bit about the name change. So, for many, many years, it's been called the National Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help. People have gone on pilgrimage to this place. And that title, I think we have to understand, is a historical title of Our Lady. It didn't begin with the apparition. That title of Our Lady dates back to the 1200s, 1300s in my book, A Prayer Book for Pilgrims, published by Tan Books. You can read my research that I did into that title, Our Lady of Good Help, or Notre Dame de Bon Secours. You might ask, well, why was the chapel dedicated as such? And it was really the insistence of the visionary Adele Brice that Our Lady would be honored there under that title, Notre Dame de Bon Secours, Good Help. Not prompt succor, not help of Christians, but Bon Secours. And it said in the chapel history book that Adele said that that should be inscribed above the door. And so now, for many, many years, decades since the apparition, up until 2023, the shrine has been commemorated as such. The Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help, the Chapel of Our Lady of Good Help. That's been the common parlance. A lot of people, even still today, call it just the chapel. They call it Robinsonville. That was the name of the original settlement in that area, or the name that was given to it. So that's a little bit about the title, Bon Secours. It's a historical title. In fact, if you go to Montreal, there is a chapel that Saint Marguerite Bourgeois founded in the 1600s called Notre Dame de Bon Secours. There is a religious sisters called the Bon Secours Sisters. They have a convent out in Massachusetts on the East Coast. If you go to Belgium, there are at least 2 basilicas to Our Lady of Good Help. If you go to France, there are basilicas to Our Lady of Good Help, Bon Secours. It's a historical devotion. So let's talk a little bit about the name change in Champion. So it goes from the National Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help to the National Shrine of Our Lady of Champion. Now, the reason cited is because it's common for a title of an apparition. Just think of it. Our Lady of Lourdes, Our Lady of Fatima, Our Lady of La Salette, Our Lady of Akita, Our Lady of Guadalupe. So it's very common for the name of the city to be attached to the apparition. That's how people will refer to the apparition. So this was very unique. This was very different to have this kind of devotional title of Our Lady that was referring to an apparition. And in fact, this title, Our Lady of Good Help, is not present in the message of Our Lady. Now, there is some semblance at the very end of the message that Mary gave to Adele. She said, go and fear nothing, for I will help you. Now, she didn't say, I will give you my good help. I will help you. So the title has no bearing on the apparition. So I really like the name change, first of all, because I think it clears up confusion. Because a lot of literature written about the shrine written about the apparition always called it Our Lady of Good Help Apparition, or the Apparition of Our Lady of Good Help. Just a few days ago, I was at the shrine in Champion. I was hearing confessions. I was in the confessional. I saw their little Saint Benedict blessing pamphlet. And what did it say? It said, "Go and fear nothing, for I will help you. Our Lady of Good Help to Adele." And in my opinion, that was the wrong language all along. Never should the apparition have been referred to as Our Lady of Good Help. It's a simple nuance, but what Our Lady said to Adele was, she said, "I am the Queen of Heaven who prays for the conversion of sinners." So if you want a fitting title to call the apparition, you would call it the Queen of Heaven. So go and fear nothing, for I will help you, Queen of Heaven to Adele Breeze. That's what I would have suggested. So I think it avoids this confusion of calling an apparition Our Lady of Good Help when it was not an apparition of Our Lady of Good Help. The only way it was an apparition of Our Lady of Good Help is in virtue of the fact that Our Lady of Good Help is Mary of Nazareth, who is the Queen of Heaven. Second, I like the name change, Our Lady of Champion, because so often in written literature, from newspapers, from publications, people just talking ordinarily, even local people, always call it the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Hope. If you go to Milwaukee, there's Good Hope Road. This was Our Lady of Good Help, not Our Lady of Good Hope. And so the change, Our Lady of Champion, really helps us to emphasize the fact that this is who Our Lady is, Our Lady of Champion, but also to negate any further confusion again between Good Help and Good Hope. One of the publications, a newspaper, talking about this name change, wrote about the name change of the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Hope to Our Lady of Champion. I can't make this stuff up. I just gave a presentation somewhere in the past few days. Someone raised their hand and they talked to me about the apparition of Our Lady of Good Hope. I don't correct them in that moment because I don't want to embarrass them, but Our Lady of Good Help is the former name of the shrine, not Our Lady of Good Hope. So I like the name change, Our Lady of Champion, because it avoids that. Now, this is just me being a little nitpicky, and I will embrace Our Lady of Champion. I think it's the right move, the right direction. I do think, first of all, we lose a sense of the historicity. It was Adele who had a devotion to Our Lady of Good Help, Bon Secours. So I think we lose that connection to the visionary. But again, we're avoiding these problems of calling the apparition of Our Lady of Good Help when it wasn't an apparition of Our Lady of Good Help. We're avoiding Our Lady of Good Hope as well. So I do think we'll have that sense of loss in that regard. But the second thing, just to point out, is that the name Champion emerges after the apparition of Our Lady. The apparition of Mary takes place in 1859. It becomes Champion later on. There is a record that one time I had the opportunity to look at, and it was, I think, a parish history book talking about the name and how the city got the name Champion, or it's not really a city, this rural, unincorporated town, how it became Champion. And what this record said was that Adele walked into the town council meeting, and they were naming the village because it used to be called Aux Première Belge, or the first Belgian settlement. And so Adele was asked, well, what do you think we should name this town? And she said Champion. And the story is that in Champion there was an order of religious sisters that Adele was interested in joining in her youth. And so with the apparition, with the shrine or the chapel at the time, with the convent, well then it was Adele saying, well, I can be a sister in Champion, not Champion, Belgium, but Champion, Wisconsin. And so there is then that connection to Adele in this name, Our Lady of Champion, but it's peculiar, it's interesting, just something I have to wrap my mind around, that we're calling it an apparition of Our Lady of Champion when that village had not yet been formed at the time of the apparition. So some people might say, well, Father, what do you propose? I don't think we should call her Our Lady of Robinsonville, which would have been that original name. I don't think that would be good. I think that would probably create more confusion than what I've already talked about today. So I rest at peace with Our Lady of Champion. I accept that title. I will invoke Our Lady of Champion and ask her to pray for us. And maybe we also should invoke Our Lady of Champion to intercede for the Green Bay Packers, that we might become world champions once again in this post-Aaron Rodgers era of Green Bay football. That aside, Our Lady of Champion, please pray for us. May we do the work that you requested of Adele, and may we know that you are praying for us, that you are praying for our conversion, for you are the Queen of Heaven. You are Our Lady of Champion. God bless you.